Alright guys, welcome to this lesson. Now in this lesson I'm going to show you how I actually created this simple and effective inventory management system in Excel. Here we have our KPIs. This tells you the value of the stock we are having, the number of unique product, and then the number of product that you need to reorder. Here we have our reorder status, where you get to know which products are out of stock, those ones that you need to reorder, and this is of course automatically returned for you. Here we have our hyperlinks that helps you to navigate from one sheet to another. If you click and then you want to go, you just navigate, and this reorder sheet is automatically populated. So any product that you find here, it means that you have to reorder, and then you will have the store, your vendor list, and the email of the vendor, and of course you know the value, the amount of money you are going to need to have this reorder. So, and at the end I'm going to show you how you can actually get this free templates if you stick with me to the end of the lesson. Thank you and follow me. Let's go. Alright, welcome back. So for us to create our inventory management system, we are going to make use of 3 sheets in this workbook, and then we have the inventory sheet, we have the vendor list, and we have the order summary. So those are the 3 sheets that we are going to be making use in this lesson. Now in the inventory list, we have all these that we will be working with: the product ID, the product, the quantity in stock, the cost per unit, the selling price, the total value, the reorder threshold, and the reorder status. We'll be working with this later in the lesson. And then also we have this vendor and product list that we are going to be working with also. And then we have also our order summary. So this sheet is going to be auto populated, so we don't have to touch anything in this particular sheet. So for us to get started, starting with our vendor list, I'm going to turn this into a table so that we can add more entry later, and that will actually make it more dynamic. So I'll go to my insert tab and I'll click on table, and then I say my table has headers, and I'll click on OK. This is actually a table now, and then I can also come here and then turn this also into a table. I'll go to the insert, and then you can also use the shortcut Ctrl+T to create a table, and then click on OK, and then we have all this. So we don't want to see this filter stuff in your table, you can simply come to our table design and tick this filter button, and then it will actually disappear. Now let's use a simple lookup function to actually return the name of our product from this vendors list. So from the vendors list we have our product, so we can actually return it up to that place. So we simply come and say slookup, and then this is our lookup value. Sorry, this is our lookup value. And then our lookup array, come to the vendor list, and then this is our array. We pick it up like this, and then put a comma, and then the return array, we want to return the product, put the return array this way, and then the if not find, I can actually put a double quotation, and then that will actually take care of the if not find, and then we have actually returned our product. And then we have our quantity in stock. These are the quantity that we have in stock, and then this is the cost per unit of each of these products. This is the cost per unit, and then we're going to have generate our selling price. I want to assume that our selling price is 20%, just a kind of a markup, 20% of this what we have here. So what I will do is that I'll just add 20%, and then I'll say equals to this cost price multiplied by 0.2, 0.2, that's 20%. Then I can say, yeah, we have it this way, and then I can come here and say plus this price also. that we added to make it. So we actually added 20%, and then this is our new selling price. So the total value, we can do a simple multiplication of a quantity multiplied by the selling price, and then we have it this way. So our threshold is manually enter. The reorder threshold means that this is the minimum level that our stock will get to before we reorder. So here in this column, we actually want to have a kind of alert system that will tell us that, oh, it is time for us to reorder. So what I will do is that I will use a simple if function. I'll say equals to if. Now, if our logical test is that if our quantity in stock is less than or equals to our threshold here, then we want it to say yes, and then close the quotation, and then if not, and then it says open the double quotation, say no, and then close the quotation, close the bracket, and press on enter. And then we say that at this time there is no need for us to reorder any product because we have sufficient stock in stock. So what we'll do right now, for example, is that if let's say any of this product is equals to or less than this will actually turn yes. So let me just say, for example, let's say this is 2 in stock, then we have it at yes, and then let's say this is a 3, and then just want to test the formula we have entered. Let's say this is 2, and then we have it that way. So what we can do now is that to make it more easy for us, we can add conditional formatting. So I'll come here, I'll go to home, say conditional formatting, I'll go to highlight sales rules, I'll say test that contains, and then I'll say yes here. I'll put yes in the box, and then it will actually highlight it with a red color, which is of course okay by me. So we now know that from here that we have 3 stock. From what we have here, we have 3 stock that are actually need of reorder. This is 1, this is 2, and then this is 3. So we have yes. So this is actually very readable for us. Now that's the first part. Now here let's just fill these columns, this KPI that we have up here. So we want to have the value, our inventory value, our total value of whatever we have in store. So say equals to sum, and this is our total value. I'll simply add up all this, then we'll press on enter. So this is our total value of the stock that we have actually with us. And then the unique product, want to know that how many products are we actually selling or do we actually have in stock. So we simply do a simple count and say equals to count, and then we want to count this ID, this stock ID, this product ID, and say yes. So here right now we have 14 according to this count, but what we want to do is that we want to make sure that the one that will be counted are unique products. So what I will do now is that I'll simply add the unique function into this formula. So I'll say unique, this is unique, and then I'll simply come here and close the parentheses, and then we have it this way. So this is actually saying 14, but if I come here and I enter any ID that is here again, for example this is 108, let me say 101 again, and then this is decreased to 13. So this will actually count the number of unique products that we have, and this is that dynamic. So let me return it. And then the reorder count, I want to count the number of years in this particular column. So I want to know at a glance how many products do I need to reorder at a glance. So I'll simply say equals to count if. Now what is our range? This is the what is our range? This is the range that we want to count. This is the range we want to count. And then comma, and then what's our criteria? This time around I'm going to type it, I put it in quotation because it is text. I'll say yes, I want to count yes, the number of yes, and then I'll close the quotation, and then we have it. So we have 3. If I want to test whether the formula is dynamic, I can come here and say this is 1, and then this is 4, and you can see that that's automatically adjusted. So we are actually done with whatever we are doing in this particular sheet. Our vendors list is very much ready, and then let's come to our order summary. So anytime we want to order any product, this is where we'll come and we just send out this sheet or print out this list, and we know that this is what we actually have. So we want to return this, what we have here, in relation to this our reorder status. So we want to do in such a way that any product that shows yes here will automatically be moved to this summary sheet for us to know that we need to reorder that particular product. So for us to achieve that, I'm going to say equals to filter. I'm going to filter it array. I've come to the inventory sheet. I want to filter based on ID and the product. I'll pick it this way. That is my array. And then I'll put my comma, and I say include. This is what I want to include, and then I want to make sure it is equals to yes. I want to make sure it is equals to yes. Yeah, I want to make sure it is equals to yes, and then I'll press on enter, and then you have it automatically. So you know that whenever I see any product in this particular sheet, I know that it is time for me to reorder that product. So we have the product ID, we have the name of the product, and then I want to return the quantity that I need to buy. Now from our vendor list, we know that these are the quantities that we normally buy whenever we want to reorder any particular product. So let's also return that automatically here. So I'll simply come here and say equals to slookup, and then this is our lookup value, and then our lookup array. I'll come to the vendor list and pick this as our array, and then I'll pick this as our return array. For the if not found, I will simply comment it out with double like this, and then press on enter. So you have it, and then I can drag down like this, that way. Very good. Then the total cost is going to be equals to this, the quantity, then multiply. I'm going to multiply it, multiply by, then I'm going to look up the cost. So we say slookup. This is our lookup value, and then our return array will go to our inventory list. We know this is the cost, so we want to look up using the ID, and then we want to actually return the cost per unit, and this is the cost per unit, and then we just comment out the if not found. I'm going to comment out the if not found by just using double quotation this way, press it this way, so we have it this way. Then I can as well drag down. But in order for me to actually get rid of all these value errors, what I will do is that I'll come here and I will add and I will incorporate the if error function. The if error function, if there is no error, perform this calculation, but if there is error, just return an empty string. So I'll put it this way, and I'll press on enter, and then I can now drag it. So for as long as possible, we can then drag it. Now for us, we want to return the name of the vendor also and the email of the vendor. So we simply say again slookup, and then this is our lookup value, and then we go to vendor list. Then this is our array, and then these two columns, the vendor list and the email, are our return array. So I'll pick it this way, and then I'll press my comma. Then if not found, I'm just going to comment it out this way, and then I'll press on enter. So with this, I can drag down for as long as possible. So this sheet will auto populate automatically. It will automatically populate by itself, so we don't have to do anything else. So what I want to do is that I'll simply, let me format this to this, and then drag it a bit, and then I can then say equals to sum, and then I want to sum this, but instead of me to just pick this, I want to increase in case I have more entries here, so it can automatically capture. So let me just increase it to, this is 100, 1000, let me increase it to 10,000. Now press on enter, and then we have it. So at every point in time, I know that this are the product that are in that I need to reorder, and then I know that this is the cost. I have the vendor, I have the email of the vendor. It's easy for me to actually get them. So I can come back here, I can come back here. Let me do a bit of formatting, just do a bit of formatting. I have it this way, and then so the final one I want to do right now is that I want to have an hyperlink here, so that I can easily navigate from one sheet to another. So let me add a name column here. I will insert, and then I'll come here, and then I will, let me just pick this color, drag it a bit this way, drag it a bit this way, and then I have it this way. So here I'll go to insert and then shape. Let me pick this, and then I will drag a bit, just adjust the way you actually want it. So let me add my text. So I'll call this inventory. I'll call this inventory, and then I want to go to my shape format. I'll say I don't want a field, no field, no shape, just want it this way. So I can come to home. I want to centralize, increase the font a bit. Let me increase the font a bit to 16. I want to bold it, and then I have it this way. So hold down your Ctrl plus Shift, and then drag it to make copies, drag it to make copies, and then we have it. So we have inventory. I'm going to edit this to be vendor list, and then I'm going to have this one to be order summary, and then I have it. So I have to enlarge this a bit. Okay, not yet. See, all right. So I have this three. I can do a bit of formatting, shape format. I can have any of this, any of this, any of this, any of this. I think this is good. So I can, of course, go to home, double click on the format printers, and then we have it this way. So we have this three, and then we have it. So what we can do now is to click on it, press on Ctrl K, and then you have, I want to have an hyperlink. So I will just say this document, and then I have all my three sheet name. So the inventory, I want to link it to inventory. I'll click on OK. I'll come here, press on Ctrl K again. I want to link this to vendor list. I'll press on OK. This also, I want to link it to the order summary, and then I'll press OK. So whenever I just want to navigate easily, I want to go to inventory, I simply have to click here, and then it takes me to inventory. So let me come back. I want to go to my order summary, I simply have to click here, and it takes me to my order summary. So what I will do now is for me to copy, then Ctrl C, and then I want to paste here like this. So press on your Ctrl plus Shift plus plus, and then you have it. So Ctrl plus Shift and plus icon plus sign, and then you have it. So let me copy this again. I want to have it here also. Ctrl plus Shift plus the plus icon, and then you have it. So it's very easy for you to navigate to inventory. You want to come to vendor list, or you want to go to order summary, you have it. So you can also do some other formatting, like putting your logo of the company. For example, here you can have a date and do some other formatting. So with what we have done now, we have a system whereby once you have a new product, for example, let's look at this 116 the ID. You come to inventory, is not actually here, so we can add it and say 116. Once you add it, of course it will automatically return the product. Now quantity in stock, let's say we have 10 in stock, let's say we have 2 in stock, and then you have to the price, let me say this is 100, and then we have this will automatically return. And then the reorder threshold, let's say the reorder threshold is 6, and then you have this one saying automatically saying that we have to reorder. You come to here, see that we now have 5. It has automatically populate. The unique product also has automatically populate. This also has automatically adjusted. Now if you go to the order summary by clicking on our button, and then you see that 116 has actually automatically, it is here now and saying that we have to reorder it. So that's all I want to cover in this lesson, and before I go, I'm going to drop this in the description, download and modify. So if you have learned anything in this lesson, come on, give me a thumbs up. Thank you.